Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on a 2007 Cadillac Escalade. We're going to be doing the alternator. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Had to go out to see my daughter because she lost her baby, Simon Ezekiel, and so we went out for the funeral. And on the way home from that, it's almost home, a couple miles away, and the battery light came on the Escalade. So those who don't know, when the battery light comes on, there's a problem with the charging system. And realistically, the only thing in the charging system is the alternator. So didn't really diagnose it. It was raining, so ordered a new alternator. It came in, and we'll just get it thrown in. On the Cadillac, it's nice and easy. It's right up on top. The belt tensioner is a little difficult because you have to use a box end wrench on it. It doesn't have one of the square holes for a ratchet to go into, so that's the only real hard part. Looks like we got 2 bolts there. We have the bolt for the battery post and a plug up under there, so this will come off. And like I said, it looks like it's just 2 bolts, so we'll get that going. Okay, so we have to start by taking the negative battery post off. See if we can reach in there and do it without tearing this bracket off. So as you can see, this battery is 8 of 22. It is 2024, so it is 2 years old, but batteries should last longer than that. But it did run down, not dead. As you saw, the car started right up. I hadn't put a jump pack on it. But what I'll do is I'll let this charge up, and then I'll put a battery tester on it and just check the life of the battery, make sure it's still good. I'm expecting it should be. Like I said, it's 2022 battery, and it wasn't fully discharged, but we'll see. That is 10 millimeter. Alright, so that's off. Next thing you have to do is take the belt off. That is 16 millimeter. So we can just loosen that belt tensioner, slide it off the idler pulley. And I did get a new belt, so we'll pull this off. The belt itself doesn't look too bad in the grooves, a little bit, but the outside is pretty glazed, so we'll just replace it. Not that expensive. And this is 15 millimeter. Would be nice to use the impact driver, but not much room in here with the fan to get the the socket in there. I mean, as far as engines go, there's tons of room in this compartment. Alright, so there's those bolts out. Now is that free like I thought it was going to be, or is it still attached somewhere? It is free. Slide it up. And for those who might be wondering, if you smash your finger in between this pulley and this ear, it really, really hurts. Alright, this nut is also 10mm. And then this is just a little tab. You want to lift it up gently off of here and unplugs. Old alternator out. And then for the replacement alternator, I did go OEM. I went with an AC Delco. This Cadillac, from what I'm finding, is very temperamental about what it uses. just compare the two. Same size pulley. It's got a little drag on it, so it's bad. Plugs look good. 2 bolt holes. Good to go. Throw it in. Placement is opposite of removal. Plug it back in. Take and put our battery cable back on. Just tighten that down. Spin it around. Doesn't really want a seat sitting there nicely, so these roll pins actually slide in this, so I'll have to get a little hammer and tap them out, and then when you put your alternator in, then the bolts will tighten up against these, push it together, so you can't over torque it. So these will bottom the bolts out before it ever gets into cracking things. So let me go grab a little hammer. Alright, so there's that. This should now slide in there nicely, which it does. Alright, so I can't find my never sees. I don't know where it is. Anyway, so you have this WD product. Works really good on locks versus the normal WD. It's a specialist formula with the PTFE, so with the PTFE, so that has Teflon in it. So we'll, for lack of never sees, we'll throw this on there. Tighten these down. Like I said, as it tightens, it'll push those roll pins back in and secure it in place. Just want them snug because you're not torquing anything. You don't want to strip out the aluminum bracket. Take our new belt. We'll compare it to the old belt, make sure they're at least similar in length, and it's not even close. Alright, so we have the wrong belt. So we will be throwing the old belt back on. We have the belt run. Hook the tensioner. Slap it underneath. Make sure it's in all the grooves. Appears to be. Alright. And then we'll put our negative cable back on. So I'll just get a new belt, another belt. Snug that up. Just double check this, make sure that's snug. It is. Nothing left but to just start it up. So we have this little charger in here, multi-port, and it is reading 14.7 volts. It was reading 11 something when I shut the car off, so it was another way I knew that the alternator wasn't working. And having dropped the old alternator, broke the cover off, and as you can see, we got the corrosion crusties going on. So it was time. So that's changing the alternator on your 2007 Cadillac Escalade. As always, thanks for watching. God bless. Have a wonderful day.